Alright, it is quarter till 3, and I don't know what that is. I am going to try to finish the Zack Fun Club globe. It's kind of weird, isn't it? I know it is. It's actually only going to be one. I want to use probably these two. They're just going to be cut out and back to back so that they're mirror images and they'll be the same on both sides. I printed these off just as extras. I'm going to try to play around with waterproofing. I don't know if that's going to work. I've heard that rubbing a candle like wax on paper will end up making it waterproof because of the wax. But I don't know if that'll make it too hard to see, so that kind of defeat the purpose of having a picture anyways. So I gotta try a couple things. Got distilled water, glycerin. This was hard to find. Apparently it's got some weird uses. I'm not gonna go into that. My makeshift glitter that I couldn't get to float. This is a test. I don't have any glycerin in there. Why is it leaking? I don't have any glycerin in there, but I was just testing what floated and what didn't. Seems most of the stuff I bought recently seems to sink. That's good. This is what's actually going to be the globe. It's not really a globe, but it's the best I could find. I need to have a jar lid that I could seal with this stuff. I bought this stuff, but I'm just going to use this and return this, I think. Because it was like $6. And I already had some at home. I didn't know. There's Midnight. She's going to help me by sitting there. I guess I'll get started on this. I'm going to try out some waterproofing on these first, see which one works the best, and I'll turn the camera back on. Hello. So I got some wax. Sorry, Mom. I'm gonna try it. It's white, like a white wax. I'm gonna try to put it on one of these pictures to waterproof it. I'm really kind of skeptical on how well this is gonna work. And let's. Actually, that's not bad. It just kind of makes it a little bit darker. Your face is now waterproof. I just gotta get this extra stuff off there. Whoa, okay. This is hard to do with one hand. Obviously. Not the most skilled. I don't know how well this is working, but it seems to be covering it pretty well. It's easy enough. I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, wax is waterproof because whatever wax is. If you rub it over paper, it should be waterproof. And you could still see the picture. Go. I'm gonna finish this, cut it out, and I'll tell you what the results were. Alright, so I figured I'd tape this. I waxed both sides of this paper, even though this is funny to see that. Anyways, I waxed both sides, even though I figured when I'm actually have one of these done, it'll have the picture on both sides. I won't be blank on one side. But I waxed both sides, and I'm just going to see how. It's kind of like he's screaming like, no! But I'm going to see how he reacts to this water. See if he stays pretty dry. There's some floating sequins in there. Oh, you got a sequin on. He's actually, you can kind of see the water kind of beads on him, like it didn't affect him. Trying to, I don't know why this stuff is in there. He seems pretty good. It's kind of like he's sweaty now. Sweaty Zack's got. It seemed to work pretty well. I don't. Just see right here, this corner is kind of messed up. Maybe it's because of the edges. Maybe I just didn't get that side on the back. The rest of it, it's kind of, it's. I think that works pretty well. I don't know how, if it'll work like for a prolonged period of time though, is the only problem. It's really gross to feel though. It's a good thing this is going to be in a jar. I'm going to let this, I'm going to set just the head part because obviously that corner didn't get that well. I'm going to set it just in here for a while and see if he survives. This is like a bad torture device. Alright, well, I'll show the rest when it gets done. Alright, well this is waterproof trial number 2. This is the excess. Basically what I did was, because I have shots of him going both ways like this, I can tape him back to back so you always see an image. He's got, oh, got some leakage right there. Basically that looked like it worked pretty well. This is just a prototype. I should have done it tighter and better. But I just cut it out, put tape down over it, made it real tight, flipped it over, so there's still excess sticky all around it, sticky side up. Put more tape on top of that. It's kind of like a makeshift lamination, but I cut it too short. I gotta leave a little excess like this so that it's actually sealed all around, and that should work well. Basically this is my only option, because if this doesn't work well, you're just gonna get a crappy snow globe and deal with it. So back in the water you go. This is gonna work. It's going to. I just gotta do a little better. Maybe get my X-Acto knife out, do some X-Acto work. It just needed to be better quality. I did this in like 5 minutes. Yeah. Looks like you got a pretty nasty rash there. Alright, well, almost done. I'm making progress. Well, it took some digging, but I found my old X-Acto knife. And a little more digging, found my old professional cutting board. I was in several art classes. I do have a cutting board. I just rarely use it nowadays. So, let's see if we can't professionally cut this thing out and get it taped and get it waterproof and turn it into a snow globe.